Okay, this video is about how to create a new protocol. This will be creating a new protocol for API rather than the PI actually creating it themselves. That would be the more normal model, but starting out you may want to load past protocols into Mentor so you can get Mentor to send out the appropriate continuing review notifications and so forth. So if you want to load a protocol that's already been approved or it's already come into your office, wasn't loaded directly by the PI, you're going to go to the IRB admin tab. That's where all the work for the administrator is. And you're going to click the Create New Protocol button. So that will load the Create New Protocol form. Unlike the PI's form, which automatically includes the PI's name in it, we have to look up that PI. So we'll pick on Art Carlson as the PI, and he's faculty. And if I were to select, enter him as a student, then Mentor would prompt for the faculty advisor. And again, this lookup field, you type in the first letters of the last name, select the individual from the pop-up list. And I'm going to switch this back to faculty because it's no student. If there are co-PIs that you want to list on the protocol, again, type in the first letters of the last name and then click the Add button because you can have multiple co-PIs, so you can add additional individuals as co-PIs. If there are external PIs, simply type them in here, their names. These are not Mentor users, these are people outside your institution. Give it a title, so new protocol. Titles can be quite lengthy. Mentor will truncate them and list them in tables and so forth, but display them on the view protocol page. Give it a start date or make one up if this is a past protocol. This is not the approval date. You could use the approval date. It's really just an indicator of when the PI believes they're going to start the protocol. It is a required field. It may not be relevant for past protocols. It's a bit more relevant when the PIs are submitting them directly. We don't need an end date. If we have a funding source, you can type it in or leave it blank. I'm not sure why we have the IRB review fee listed here, and that may be just a setup issue. We can talk about that. If there's a grant number and whatever. Review type, what the review type was when it was approved, assuming that this is a past protocol. So we'll say that this one was expedited review, and we'll say it's collection of data through non-invasive procedures. Keep in mind that when you create the protocol goes in as submitted, and then there's a second step to actually approve the protocol, and then you get the continuing review date. So we'll talk about that when we get there. We won't do waiver of informed consent here, and no vulnerable subjects. We'll say we're doing 50 subjects here. The upload protocol is required, so locate the actual file on your computer that is the protocol description. If there's a consent form, likewise find the file that is the consent form. And you won't need message to chair because you're doing this work yourself. So we'll click Save, and that records the protocol. The files are uploaded, and Mentor will refresh the page and show you that the data that you've entered, including the files. Now, there's no annual reports yet because this protocol hasn't been approved. You're also using the separate Submit button, so we'll just go ahead and submit this protocol so that it's formally submitted. And now, assuming this is a past protocol, you want to set the approval date, so that's on IRB action. So we can change the status and the criteria here for expedited review. You're going to want to backdate this, assuming that this is a past protocol. So let's say that it was approved in February 19th, 2014. Revisions aren't required. We're not waiving informed consent. So I'll update the status. Now, Mentor doesn't open up the notification form because this is a protocol that we just oh, it didn't open it up because I didn't change the status. Common mistake. Let's go back and do it again. IRB review requested. I need to change this to expedited review approved. And now I'm going to change my date, my approval date, which it didn't record. And now it should prompt me with the notification to the PI that the protocol has been approved. Now, I'm assuming this is a pass protocol. I'm not going to send that notification out. So now you can see the protocol is approved, and Mentor has generated a annual report record with a due date that is 364 days minus probably 4 weeks from the projected expiration date. So the protocol expires on 1 year minus 1 day from the approval date. If for some reason this isn't the actual due date, you can change that due date by clicking on the context menu, selecting set approval and due dates, and you can change that due date to anything you want. So some IRBs do require more frequent reviews than the standard 1 year. And now Mentor will automatically notify this PI a couple of weeks prior to the due date, so you're good to go. The PI can go in, view this protocol, the PI can submit the annual report, the PI can submit amendments, and so forth. That's the process for putting in a pass protocol. First you upload the protocol, then you submit it, and then you do your IRB action, which is to approve the protocol, and you're good to go. If you have other documents that you want to add to the protocol, you can use the Upload Documents page or function and select the document type that you're uploading. And again, it's a standard file upload. So that should about cover it.